on? Oh, what's going on, buddy? Watching my son just twirl little ribbons that he found is more entertaining than watching TCU play. I know a lot of people are going to start coming in to the live. Once they know I'm live, especially Georgia fans. This is bad. Like, I just wanted to watch good football, guys. Oh, that's all I wanted to watch. This has got to just be like, I don't know. Even if you're a Georgia fan, you're like, this is the best that they got. Like, TCU is flat out embarrassing themselves. Oh, how about them dogs? Oh my God, Pate, they are. You know, y'all know what I've said about so y'all know what I've said about rooting for other SEC teams. Now, y'all know I hated Ohio State. I hate Ohio State. But now, TCU, what they said about, especially Sonny Dykes, what he said about the SEC as a collective, I'll be honest with you. Sonny Dykes and TCU has put this on themselves, okay? Florida's terrible, but we only allowed 20 points in the first half against Georgia. But seriously, though, like, TCU running this 3-3-5 defense like they're going to contend. Listen, I got tweets that I put out before this game. I was like, Georgia's just going to run all over them, okay? And they got like 150, 160. Who knows what it is? It's probably going to be about 300, 350. That's about what I said. Talking to people at work, they're like, hey, you think this is going to be a game? I said, no. It's actually worse than I thought, but I didn't think this was going to be much of a game. I said the David versus Goliath comparisons, at least David had a shot. I never thought TCU had a shot. Bro, this showing how the SEC recruits a different type of athlete. So TCU playing this crap 3-3-5 defense. Well, it's the same defense that Cincinnati had whenever Alabama played Cincinnati in the semifinals last year. Alabama ran for over 300 yards against a 3-3-5 defense. You can't play that against SEC teams. They are too dominant up front. They're too dominant in the trenches. And this does not shock me. You're playing 3-down linemen. What's actually shocking me is TCU let these guys wide open. Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers is, by God, a beast, man. But Brock Bowers is the best tight end I've seen in college football, by far. And I'm a Florida fan. I've seen Kyle Pitts. He was a beast. But Brock Bowers doing this as a true sophomore is just unreal. He probably could have done a lot more against Ohio State, but I think they asked him to block a lot more, especially when Washington went down. So they used him as a blocker a little bit more instead of a pass catcher. But then they used him as a pass catcher when they really needed him in key moments. But, Georgia just dominating, 38-7 at halftime. You hope whenever it's a national championship game, even like a Super Bowl or the best game, you want something – or what Bama did to Notre Dame in 2013. This is giving you those Bama Notre Dame vibes. It's just TCU scored their 7 points because of a broken defensive play from Georgia. That's it. That is it. Like, that's it. Stetson Bennett, 13-17, 213 yards. Probably shouldn't even have. I don't even know if he'll play in the second half. Do you even play your starter? Well, play the backups. Give them. Hey, let Oscar Delp, the other tight end that I know that's good for Georgia, let him get a couple of throws or a couple of snaps. Heck, the backup quarterback for Georgia ain't bad either. TCU was cool while it lasted. Man, I think people were wanting this Cinderella story, but the problem is reality set in, and when you're going up against a more physical team, it just recruiting is showing that if you recruit the best players, you're going to end up with situations like this where you're just a better team. So, people say that it ain't all about recruiting. A lot of it is, okay? When you have the best players on the field, it shows. It's showing Georgia has the better players. They have the better coaching staff. It's a great story. It's a great feel-good story. Great feel-good story for TCU. Well, that's all it is. It's a story. Reality is set in. Georgia's just by far the better team. It's not even close. It's showing TCU A Big 12 team doesn't even deserve to be on the same field as these guys. I mean, they're flat out embarrassing themselves. You know, I'm just mad because I wanted to see good football. I really did. And, Monday night national championship game is supposed to be the two best teams. These are not the two best teams. One's the best team. Let's see, last 4 years, TCU averaged number 42 in recruiting ranking, and Georgia averaged 2.5. That's the whole game. Patrick O'Neal, and it's showing. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. It's not about recruiting. It's about develop. You can develop these 3-star players and 4-star players and make them become these, maybe 5-star players. Well, when you get these 5-star players, they're 5-star players for a reason, and Georgia's showing that they got 5-star players all over the place. People will say stars don't mean anything. Well, tell that right here. With all those 5-star players, it's 38-7. I mean, it's just Blake. This is literally crazy. We might be watching the new Alabama. Hey, man. I mean, I've been saying, I said, this could be, start a dynasty, and I wasn't joking when I said that. So, yes, they went back to back, but remember, Georgia was in the national championship against Alabama just a few years prior. So, it's not like Georgia is just now all of a sudden the past couple years. They have been right there. They just didn't, they didn't get the victory over Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa came in, 2nd and 26. We all know what happens. But, Georgia playing Oklahoma that year in the semifinals was probably one of the best games I've seen in a semifinal matchup other than this past year. But, yeah, man, it just this doesn't really shock me. Let's see, Kempo. No one is scared of Bama. Just win your games. You can come to the dance. Coach Billy Napier retweeted something. Oh, probably Tim Tebow actually got inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame. That was pretty sweet. So, well deserved. I mean, one of the best college football quarterbacks of all time. I mean, dude was a friggin' beast. People can hate him, love him, whatever. You can't argue how great he was on the field. But what I'm watching right now is just just an embarrassment for TCU. Kirby at this point is going to name the score. So I like what he did. Yes, loved him to an awesome player in person. Thank you, AG. And by the way, by the way, if I haven't said this already, congratulations. By the way, you're not losing this game. There's no way you're losing this game. But what I like about Kirby Smart, I'm a very competitive person, and I do not let everyone is playing tonight. Yep, congratulations, Tebow. He certainly earned it. Absolutely, he did, Patrick. Well, but anyway, this is what I like about Kirby Smart. I am a fan of somebody who steps on your neck and doesn't let go and just keeps grinding on that. Just doesn't let you get back up. You know that old saying, kick a man when he's down? Kirby kicks them and then just stomps on their head. And that's what he's doing against TCU. Now, I think this has something to do with Sonny Dykes. Listen, Sonny Dykes opened up his mouth, that TCU coach. My wife was watching me right now. But Sonny Dykes opened up his mouth and was talking shit about the SEC. So I really do not have sympathy for TCU and Sonny Dykes. Once he started winning some games, it was like, you start to feel a little more confident. I have no sympathy for Sonny Dykes. When he wanted to open up his mouth, shouldn't have been talking shit. Shouldn't have been talking shit is all I got to say. So that's on him. I put a tweet out, man, about his quote, man. People were like, I remember him saying that. That was a little early. But, he wanted to talk his shit thinking that, I don't know what he thought, really. And that's why I said the SEC is the best conference. That's it. This championship game is spook trash. Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to have to turn it off in the second quarter. I mean, I'll probably watch. I don't know if I'm going to watch any more of this. I really don't. But Georgia gets the ball to start this second half, too, guys. That's where it's just so embarrassing. They really thought Max Dugan and was it Quentin Johnson, the first the projected first round wide receiver, they thought took the screen off. But they thought this guy was going to do something. Angie, it is showing. Yeah, Georgia's just flexing, but I like what Kirby Smart's doing. What he did at I was sitting there talking to my wife. Listen, because I was getting so pissed off with TCU and their trash defense that they have. I was like, just call timeout when it was like 40 seconds left. They sacked Max Duggan. I was like, call timeout. I was like, call time. Run this freaking score up at this point because TCU deserves it. Putting on this performance and running their mouth the way they did, they deserve every bit of this. Dang, man, Vanderbilt could have curb stomped TCU. Vanderbilt actually had a pretty good offense this year. Vanderbilt did. TCU can still win, be hard, but can happen. That was that wishful thinking. Come on now. Again, I mean, I think that was a joke. Missouri would have curb stomped TCU. Man, this is just bad. I mean, I think we forget. Yeah, Michigan TCU was such a great game, but we always, think Michigan. I mean, really gave them 2 pick sixes, 2 touchdowns on offense. Michigan chokes in the playoffs every freaking year, anyways. So, I mean, you had two teams that were just like, maybe they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. I actually said the national championship game was Georgia versus Ohio State. I just didn't know that was going to be like the closest game we were going to see because this game is not even close. It's just a bloodbath. That's what some people are. Jackson, the playoffs. Are you excited? Yes, I am, Greg. I am super excited. I am so excited. At least one of my teams is in the playoffs. Dude, Patrick, how bad do you think the second quarter is going to be? Or probably the second half, you meant? Michigan played bad. Like we played Ohio State. We played bad. The only thing that I've seen Georgia have one mistake on in this game is the busted coverage. That's it. That is literally it. Kirby Smart, he's not going to say anything that's going to, disrespect TCU in his halftime little interview, but he knew. He knows. And all they have to do is run the ball. I said it before the game. I said, Stetson Bennett doesn't even have to throw. I mean, they were giving them wide open passes, but they're averaging 10 yards, 9 yards per carry. All you got to do is run the ball, and then even if you want to pass it, I said it should be Brock Bowers. But then Lad McConkey's over here just, looking like the freaking Julian Edelman of college football. Let's see. It's not Luck is being elite. Give credit where it's due. I didn't say anything about Luck, did I? I don't think I did anyways. Ohio State has to be kicking themselves, but they sure can't kick field goals. Oh, Patrick. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, that was pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. They sure can't. That Ruggles guy is supposed to be like really good. Man, that kicker probably had a horrible day back at campus. I imagine he did. About as horrible as TCU right now on defense. Yeah, it's just what's Georgia forced? 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. That just shows a lot of the inexperience of TCU. Like the fumble that TCU had, guy carrying on the inside arm instead of the outside when he's trying to run to the outside. It's just simple things that Georgia, the great teams, do not make. They don't make those mistakes. And the running backs, it's ball control. They talk even with Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett. The one thing about him, he does not turn over the ball a whole lot. That's why I've always said he's a game manager. But that's not what they don't ask him to throw for 400 yards or try to win it with his arm. Just make smart decisions, and that's what he's always done. That's what Georgia has done on offense, defense. Make smart decisions, and you're seeing it now. National championship game. It's a bloodbath. If you're a Georgia fan, you're probably like, golly, who's going to give us some competition? I would have liked to see Alabama. Alabama would have gave them a way better game than this, but Georgia was just, they were the better team all year long. Tennessee, Aiden Mazzell here. What's up, Aiden? But Aiden, the Gazelle Mazzell. Let's see. Blake, have a good night, my friend. I'm going to bed. Don't need to watch the second half. How about those Jaguars, man, buddy? Hey, dude, Patrick, I am so excited. Jaguars finally making the playoffs, AFC South champs. I am super excited about this. Patrick, I know you're excited. Um, I know Georgia Bulldog fans, they're probably already ordering their national championship shirts. I mean, why not? They're, if there was ever a for sure thing in life, it's TCU's not scoring over 20 points. No, they're dang sure not scoring 30. Let's see. I think we'll be lucky to go 6-6 next year. Shred, yeah. I mean, it's might be a little rough. It might be. We'll see. We'll see. But I tell you what. Somebody said Aiden Mazzell. Listen, I like the wide receivers that the Georgia Bulldogs have right here, but the incoming freshmen, wide receivers, and if Ricky Pearsall stays for the Florida Gators, going to have a really good wide receiving core. And if Graham Mertz or Jaden Rashada can put it together, and if they can get, a connection with each other, maybe Graham Mertz, I heard, Wisconsin wasn't really leaning toward his strengths, I guess. So, we'll have to see. Billy Napier sees something in him. So, but man, with Eugene Wilson, Aiden Mazzell, Andy Jean, a lot of those guys coming in, and then the tight ends, we got some freshmen last year who will be redshirt freshmen this upcoming year. I think it's going to be a young group, and I'm excited to see it. The record's probably maybe not going to be the best, but I think we're going to see a lot of young studs, young stars starting to develop early on and as the season goes next year. Let's see, I believe 8-4. Alex Compton going 8-4 next year for Florida. Georgia is getting best Mizzou and best Mississippi State receiver transferring in. Yeah, they are. That's, the guy I know, Raymond Cottrell, he was committed to Georgia for quite some time. He ended up going to Texas A&M. If y'all could have got him as well, man, that just would have added to that stud wide receiving class that's going to be coming in, especially out of the transfer portal. Ohio State would have curb stomped TCU. I mean, it really was. I mean, I said it. I said Georgia, Ohio State was going to be the national championship game. I just didn't know the actual national championship game was going to be this bad. I figured TCU wasn't going to be much of a game. Even my wife, who doesn't know anything about football, even was like, these guys are even at the beginning of the game, she was like, this looks unfair. I was like, nope. Everyone said this is the top 4 team in the country. No, everyone said it because everyone knows football. They said TCU. Well, maybe they said they deserved it. Maybe they didn't say they were the top 4, but they deserved it. Yeah, they deserved this ass whooping. This reminds me of 2012 when Bama barely beat UGA in the SEC championship, then stomped Notre Dame. Yeah. Who was the quarterback for Notre Dame? Oh, my goodness. He played for Florida State. I can't even remember his name. Somebody's going to say it, and it's going to – oh, man, I can't think of it. Played for Notre Dame, then transferred to Florida State. Let's see. Robbie, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Maybe the halftime show. Did they already do the halftime show? Are they trying to, hype this game up still? I think they're trying to hype it up. Get ready for an exciting second half. The first half wasn't even exciting. I mean, for Georgia, if you're a Georgia fan, it was exciting. I mean, it's all put together. I mean, the defense, other than one play, the defense has played phenomenal. They've done it. They've done what I thought they were going to do. They were going to start bringing some pressure. Everett Golston. That's right, Everett Golston. Yes. Because he transferred from Notre Dame to FSU. I couldn't remember his name. Thank you. But looks like the game's about to start. Let's see what y'all got. How many? I actually, you know what? What is it? I don't think Kirby Smart's going to let up because I think what Sonny Dykes said, I think it, he said about the whole SEC, but Sonny Dykes said that about every single team. He was just talking shit. So I think it's going to go over 50 easily. Georgia's just going to run the ball, but I'm wondering how many these runs break for 20, 25, possibly even more. Well, here's to the 30 minutes of boring. Yep, and we'll see how boring it can be. I don't know. Maybe they'll try to get Stetson Bennett to throw for 400 yards. It'll be that one. You'll know if Kirby Smart is just being like what Steve Spurrier was back in the day. Just, hey, we don't give a shit if we're up 30. We're just going to curb stomp you. We are going to skull drag you on national television. Georgia will score 50 or 60. Hey, will TCU do a fake kick? My TV, it kind of blurred out for a second. I wonder if they'll try an onside kick. Why not? Go ahead. Nah, they're not even going to try it. For sure, crazy. Yep, let's see what they do right here. But hey, guys, I may do a little live video at the end. But congratulations to Georgia already. Even if I fall asleep, because I may fall asleep. I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. So let's get back to watching this bloodbath. All right, guys. I might see y'all after this game. We'll see. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Let's watch the rest of this.